Hi there, I'm Aaron Armstrong and welcome to another K-Wall tutorial. Today we're going to be talking about Accorbis and how to add a normal WYSIWYG component into a landing page. So to start, we're going to go to Content. From here we can either add a new piece of content or landing page, or for the sake of our demo, we're going to go ahead and edit an existing one. Then we're going to go over to the Main Content tab, which is where you will see Layout Paragraphs. From here, if you're on a new page, you're just going to see the add section, but if it's on an existing page, you'll see your list of sections along with their corresponding components. For the sake of this demo, we're going to go ahead and click add a new section, and we're going to go ahead and put it in two columns. Maybe we want two sets of text side by side, and we're going to tell it to be 50-50, and we'll put it in a container class. We can now see our two sections, and we can click the plus icon to see our list of components. Scroll down to the bottom to find the WYSIWYG component. From here, you're going to have a section title, which will be an H2 that appears above your WYSIWYG, Aaron's test title. And from here, we have our WYSIWYG editor, as well as all of the functionality that goes along with it. So you'll be able to add media elements, video. You can select the different styles. If you need a heading, let's go ahead and turn that to an H3. Maybe we want to bold something. Maybe we want to create a link in here. That. And let's see, maybe we'll go ahead and underline something important. And then maybe we'll throw in an image inside of the WYSIWYG here as well. Select that. And let's see here, maybe we want it right aligned. And we'll click Save. So you can see it is that quick to be able to create a piece of content with your WYSIWYG component, along with all the different functionality that exists within it. If we wanted to see this, maybe we'll turn this into a one column. Keep that there. And let's go ahead and click Save. And let's see what this looks like on the front end of things. And there you have your WYSIWYG with your titles, your text, your image, your links, your underlines, everything that you've added within the WYSIWYG. Now let's go over all of the existing functionality that exists within the WYSIWYG so you understand fully all of its possible attributes and things you can do. So to start, we have our section title, which is left aligned and displays as an H2. Then you have your body paragraph, which is your WYSIWYG. From here, you can start to type and enter data. You could paste in lorem ipsum if you wanted to, but let's just walk things through from left to right. So on the left, we have the whether or not your text is a paragraph, which is your normal text, or if it's a heading. And if it is a heading, what size of a heading is it going to be? After that, there is a styles tab where if there is available custom styles for your site, those will apply there. Typically, those are going to be for text, maybe for links, maybe for headings. And so the styles tab will only highlight and show as a clickable dropdown if that type of content does have custom styles for it. From there, we have the ability to bold text. That also works by doing just Control B. We can underline text. We can make text italic. And we can also remove formatting. If you find a piece of content that's already formatted, we could remove it. From here, we can get into our alignment. So if we want our text to be left aligned by default, if we want it to be right aligned, if we want it to be centered, or if we want to use justify. After that, then we get into our lists. So we have our bulleted list, which looks like that. Or if we want, we can have a numbered list. And from your numbered list, you have the ability to select a few options as in your starting point if you want to reverse the order. And like any bulleted list, you can always enter down and press tab to get into a nested list of content. From here, we can see that we can link content. So this can either go to an existing page or piece of content, or you can put in a hard-coded URL to go somewhere specific. So that is a link. From here, we can see we have the ability to set anchor tags. So we can give that a name, and so that in the future something can have a link to get specifically to this piece of content. We also have the ability to create block quotes, where we can have our quotes from somebody that you would want to fill out. Underneath our block quotes, we could have the ability to add a video or images like had above in our previous example. We have the ability to add tables, which you can select how many columns and how many rows. And from the rows and columns, you also have options for each of them in order to have header columns or header rows, as well as being able to split and merge columns as you see fit. You also have the ability to turn on and off captions, as well as define some specific properties within the individual cell itself, or look at the different table properties that can be set as a whole. So if you want to get specific with width and height, you can set background colors, or you can set your standard borders that you see around a table. Underneath this, we have the ability to create layouts within our WYSIWYG. So I could create a 2-column, and you can decide the layout and how big they are on the different breakpoints. I'm just going to click save for the moment, and then you can go ahead and fill out the content. So if we selected 2 columns, we could tell it to always be 50-50 and tell it to be equal, and we should be able to see that split side by side when we save the page. And so you can see that there. So content on your left, content on the right. And then underneath that, you have the ability to enter source code if you wish, if it's something that you are comfortable in. And then one of the more exciting add-ons to our WYSIWYG is the ability to use OpenAI, which allows you to help summarize, complete a piece of text, to translate something from one language to another, or adjust the whole tone as a whole, allowing you to make something maybe less aggressive and a little bit more calm. There's also the ability to reformat or correct faulty HTML. And that would be everything you can do within your standard WYSIWYG. Thank you.